Dear children, in the previous class we had started chapter 3, A Hero, in which we studied that Swami was kept on a test of his courage by his father to sleep alone in his office room. I am continuing the rest of the story from here, where Swami's father sat gloomily gazing at the newspaper on his lap. Swami rose silently and uptoed away to his bed in the passage. स्वामी के पिताजी बैठ करके अखबार पढ़ रहे हैं। स्वामी वहाँ से धीरे से अपने बिस्तर पर चला जाता है। ग्रैनी वॉज सिटिंग अप इन हर बेड। ग्रैनी अपने बिस्तर में बैठा हुआ है। एंड रिमार्क्ड, बॉय, आर यू ऑलरेडी फीलिंग स्लीपी? क्या तुम्हें नींद आ रही है? डोंट यू वांट अ स्टोरी? क्या तुम कहानी नहीं सुनोगे? स्वामी मेड वाइल्ड gesticulations to silence Granny, but that good lady saw nothing. Swami made wild gesticulations to silence Granny, but that good lady saw nothing. So Swami threw himself on his bed and pulled the blanket over his face. Granny said, "Don't cover your face. Are you really very sleepy?" As everyday grandmother used to tell a story to his grandson, once again grandmother asked the boy to listen the story, but she understand that Swami is very much sleepy. That's why he has covered his bed and slept on. Swami leaned over and whispered, "Please, please, shut up, Granny. Don't talk to me, and don't let anyone call me even if the house is on fire. If I don't sleep at once, I shall perhaps die." He turned over, curled, and snored under the blanket till he found his blanket pulled away. As Swami is fearful of his father, he is making many excuses. He asks his mother not to talk to him. Even anyone comes to wake her, anyone comes to wake him, and put the blanket over his head and deliberately showed that he is sleeping. Presently, father came and stood over him. "Swami, get up," he said. He looked like an apparition in the semi-darkness of the passage. which was lit by a cone of light from the hall. Swami stirred and groaned as if in sleep. Father said, "Get up, Swami." Granny pleaded, "Why do you disturb him?" As Swami deliberately showed to grandmother that he is sleeping fast. Meanwhile, father arrived there and started Swami waking up. He was standing there in the semi darkness as any ghost is standing there. He stirred Swami. As he stirred Swami, Swami showed fast asleep. Father said, "Father, wake him." Meanwhile, Granny asked his father not to disturb. "Get up, Swami," he said for the third time, and Swami got up. Father rolled up his bed, took it under his arm, and said, "Come with me." Swami looked at his granny, hesitated for a moment, and followed his father into the office room. On the way, he threw a look of appeal at his mother, and she said, "Why do you take him to the office room? He came sleep in the hall, I think." Again and again, father waked Swami. At the third time, he got up. Father rolled his bed and took under his arm. "Take Swami to the office room." Swami hesitated at first, but followed. Father rolled his bed under his arm and said, "Come with me, Swami." Hesitated for a moment, and after all followed his father. His mother asked his father that why did he take Swami to his office room. "I don't think so," father said, and Swami slunk behind him with bowed head. "Let me sleep in the hall, father," Swami pleaded. "Your office room is very dusty and there may be scorpions behind your law books." "There are no scorpions, little fellow. Sleep on the bench if you like. Can I have a lamp burning in the room?" "No, you must learn not to be afraid of darkness. It is only a question of habit. You must cultivate good habits." Father took Swami with his bed to the office room. Swami walked steadily behind him with bowing head. Swami pleaded again and again to let him sleep in the hall, but father did not follow him. He made many excuses as Office room is very dusty and dark. There may be scorpions behind his law books. But his father disobeyed. He said that there were no scorpions. He asked his son to sleep on the bench. When Swami's father allowed him to sleep on the bench, he asked one another help that if he had a lamp burning in his room or not. His father said, his father forbade him and said that you must learn not to be afraid of darkness. It is only a question of habit. You must cultivate good habits. Then another help his father provided him and allowed him to leave the door open. But another condition his father put in front of him, that he asked him to promise that he will not roll off his bed and go to Granny's side at night. If he did so, he warned that, mind, I will make you the laughing stock of your school. Swami felt cut off from humanity. He was pained and angry. He did not like the strain of cruelty he saw in his father's nature. He hated the newspaper for printing the tiger's story. He wished that the tiger had not spared the boy, who did not appear to be a boy after all, but a monster. Swami is feeling very unhappy this time and said that why the newspaper has printed such type of news which is very much tough for Swami to obey the father's condition. As the night advanced and the silence in the house deepened, his heart beat faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he had heard in his life. How often had his chum Mani seen the devil in the banyan tree at his street end. Every day he used to listen a story from his grandmother, and when the night deepened, he remembered all the stories told by his grandmother. One of them were about one of his friend Mani, who has seen devil in the banyan tree in the street. And what about poor Munisami's father, who spat out blood because the devil near the river's edge slapped his cheek when he was returning home late one night. And so on and on, his thoughts continued. सोचता रहा ही वॉज फेंट विथ फियर, और वह डर से मूर्छित हो गया. A ray of light from the street lamp strayed in and cast shadows on the wall. There was a lamp hanging in the street, of which the light was coming into his room, and then a shadow formed and falls over the wall. Through the stillness, all kinds of noises reached his ears. The ticking of clock, rustle of trees, snoring sounds, and some vague night insects humming. When it becomes dark at night, everything went sleep, and then the silence, deep silence occurred at the night, and different sounds of different things from the environment comes very clearly up to us. The same happened with Swami while he was sleeping alone in the office room of his father. He covered himself so completely that he could hardly breathe. Every moment he expected the devils to come up to carry him away. There was the instance of his old friend in the fourth class who suddenly disappeared and was said to have been carried off by a ghost to Sam of Nepal. He heard about one incident of one of his friends that he was suddenly disappeared, and that incident was done by a ghost. Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. He got fearful, remembering that incident, and he went under the bench to sleep. It seemed to be a much safer place, for more compact and reassuring. He shut his eyes tight and encased himself in his blanket once again, and unknown to himself fell asleep. And in sleep was racked with nightmares. When he went under the bench to sleep, he went fast asleep. He was in deep sleep, and nightmares started into his sleep. He saw that a tiger was chasing him. His feet stuck to the ground. He desperately tried to escape, but his feet would not move. The tiger was at his back, and he could hear its claws scratch the ground. Scratch, scratch, and then a light thud. Swami tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids would not open, and the nightmare continued. It threatened to continue forever. Swami groaned in despair. The nightmare was much fearful. Dear children, we will continue the rest story in the next class. So, I will just send you the word meanings to write it down in your classwork copy and send me so that I can see how have you written it. Okay, leave one page to draw the picture, and after that in the next page write down the word meaning, writing the headings as chapter 3 a hero, okay, as you do previously.